miss me.
Once more. We just started, what do you mean?
What?
You're not dead yet.
I meant Ziri.
You're not dead yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Don't worry, you'll
Thanks,
die in a
Leon.
really cool way, probably.
Yay.
Anyway, welcome back to Abomination Vaults, everybody. You know what we didn't do last week that I realized, by the way?
What's that?
We didn't go around the table and introduce ourselves. Congrats, Raleigh. Take a hero point.
I am beyond capped on hero points.
Yeah.
In fact, you have put 4 hero points on me, and I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah. It's real fun. Oh, interesting. I can't mess with your stats as my primary. Interesting. Well, this screen's just for show anyway. Anyway, let's go around the table, get right back into introducing ourselves off the cuff. I am DM Stray, and I have DM'd everything from Made RPG to yada yada yada. Gideon, tell us about yourself and your character.
I'm playing Gideon, the human fighter. He hails from Wolfcrone. He's very used to a lot of weird magic-y bullshit. He showed up in Otari a while back, along with these guys. Honestly, just to investigate a fishery problem and see what was going on in town. And it's gotten a lot more messed up since then.
Cezanne.
Rally, if I'm playing the character Cezanne is a human cleric. He's on a bit of a pilgrimage to learn more about his goddess, and a short stop in Otari to visit the Dawnflower Library has turned into a much longer commitment and a lot more learned than could have been initially expected.
Wesk.
I'm Yuri. I play Wesk, the Kobold Gunslinger, who rode into town for his own reasons and found himself paired up with the rest of the group, and over time has learned that working in a group isn't so bad.
I like this sort of silent agreement that you all had, the pivot to this is the world's longest stop for gas we've ever had.
I mean, that's how we got here.
Ziri.
I am
has
Zilly.
40 fucking move speed. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's had that.
Jesus Christ.
You fucking zooming.
Technically, I think she also took Fleet in this last level, so it just got worse.
Anyway.
I'm Lily. I play Ziri, who's tall and fast, apparently. She is a fawn animist who isn't really certain why she came here, but doesn't have any place else better to be, honestly. So she's just chilling and then playing with dead stuff. And the next thing she knows, she's all caught up in this big battle for the town and cares about people, and it's kind of been a mess. But she's here, she's sticking it out, and yeah, she speaks the spirits. It's cool.
6'4" goat mommy can run a fucking 40-meter sprint in 5 seconds flat.
Oh no, I thought about the fucking 40-foot memes. Jesus.
She is tall, yeah.
Actually, you're right. That's 3 seconds flat.
Alright. No hero point in this time, unfortunately. But, who wants to tell us what happened last time?
I'm trying to remember why Wesk is in the middle of the river, but
I ain't even loaded Otari
Middle
yet.
of the river?
I think we were just... That was supposed to be you in a general area around the fishery.
Yeah.
yes, I know.
Okay.
Just
Last time
yes.
on Otari, funeral.
Whose funeral?
Everyone's.
That's not true.
Kinda.
Specifically, it was Vandy's, but
Yes.
Man, I don't know why you guys are so obsessed with everyone we know is going to die.
It's almost like that's been a theme for the entire playthrough.
This is a
Especially with
heroic
this last
fantasy
one.
classic dungeon crawl. I don't know what you want.
A fuck you kill this guy button.
Well, I'm not the fighter, so that's kind of out of my hands, so...
Give me a better sword, I'll do it myself.
You have the best sword I can give you. That sword is one of the most powerful mid-level weapons
Yeah,
in
Wesk is
fantasy.
out there swimming. Look at him go. Oh no.
Look, I tried to march straight down to this guy and literally
was
stab him in the face.
Moisturized in his lane.
Alright, good attempts at summarizing, everybody. We're moving on now. We rejoin our heroes once more back in Otari after a particularly harrowing day at the Otari Graveyard and the Dawnflower Library, where one Vandy was just buried. There was some celebration among the party for still being alive to celebrate Vandy's life and her effects on them when they went down to the fishery. After a brief battle with tetanus from Cezanne, Ziri excuses herself to go wander. Gideon has left to go kind of daydream on the pier about everything that's happened, while the... Thank you. There we go. While everyone else kind of sitting around the Otari fishery, where you each met roughly about a month and a half ago, maybe at this point. My calendar broke, so I don't know the exact date. But where it all began so long ago over a whopping 10 gold reward to clear out a basement, which has only escalated into this supernatural phenomenon since. Cezanne, Wesk, what are you two doing in the bar now that you've kind of been left alone? The mood is starting to brighten as people sort of get back to their own lives, kind of now that they're away from the ceremony of the burial and funeral. People are starting to pick up. I believe that Gideon bought everybody around as well, which he complained about, but he's such a swell guy.
Around? For 30 gold, I told him they could drink for the rest of the fucking night.
My case in point. Anyway. What are the two of you doing as Tammy, the halfling woman with the peg leg, who paid you so long ago, seemingly now, or was always, sort of a miser with her money, wanders about, carousing with the members of her community in the memory of her forgotten friend, everyone drinking as she eagerly plies her trade.
Wesk is, he's gonna hop down from whatever bar stool he was at after finishing his drink, as he just makes his way through the crowd of people, not saying anything more, just kind of enjoying the less dour mood for a bit.
Okay. A few people give you a small head nod as you pass, as you do out here in the sticks. You've earned some measure of respect, maybe something that you're not super used to in your life.
I will return the head nod.
Cezanne, you're alone now as Wesk begins to depart.
So I'll go out and check on how Gideon's doing.
Gideon, how are you doing?
Mostly I just wanted a moment of quiet. I think I'm probably wrapping up at this point. I did most of my self-reflection last time.
Okay. Say that Gideon is kind of staring off into the distance, and just as you exit the bar, Cezanne, stepping out onto the pier, he turns, and he's kind of done. He's collected himself. You two meet on the pier.
Oh. How's it going, son?
Oh. At least feeling a bit better than earlier.
That's good.
Thought I'd come out and get some fresh air.
Clearly we gotta get you back on the exercise regimen tomorrow. Can't have those joints stiffening up.
That's not...
Mm-hmm.
I think tomorrow we have more important things that we're going to have to be getting to.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be exercise in its own right.
I still don't know how we're going to go about this.
Yeah, we have to make an actual battle plan. What's a good way to fight hell? You seem like the person who'd know.
I mean, usually it's not. Usually it's much more on an individual basis than, you know, gestures just around him.
What's the best way to punch a devil in the face? Really, really hard.
What?
That's
With
all I
that,
really need to know.
We'll go back up here to Siri, who is, I believe, has just departed the Otari barracks, where one Tavius Elendil has been given a book to read. Do you recall what that book was, Siri?
He just went to go grab dinner, I think.
Oh, hell yes. I love that. Regardless. Siri has decided to depart to check on Doriana again. Joseph Minham's daughter left after checking in on Tavius. The man still kind of clinging to his family sword, and now having been given a book to read. Hopefully she comes back soon.
I can go see if I can trade places with her real quick.
It's okay. It's not a huge rush. It's just an awkward, perfect time. Wes, where are you heading?
Leaving the party, I think he's probably going to head. I think he'd head back to the Rockfish for now.
Okay. Pass through some of the smoldering ruins of the Otari market. What do you think about Otari, West?
It's a quaint little fishing village, or I guess mining village.
Logging.
Yeah.
Well, you make your way back to the Rowdy Rockfish, where it seems like Brenda and Lazda, the dwarf duo that you've run into, there's Lazda. Here's Brenda. They're sort of wheeling about kind of idly in the Rowdy Rockfish, Brenda seemingly scrubbing the dishes that were left over from breakfast. Lazda glances at you as you come in. He averts his gaze, kind of scurries behind the counter, keeps his head down, doesn't meet your gaze as he continues to scrub the dishes.
Hey,
Chimes up as you enter. Hello, Wesk.
didn't head to the festivities afterwards?
No, I've never been the most social person, of course. Funny, isn't it?
I kind of get where you're coming from, though.
Yes, this whole inn business was Lasta's entire thing, not mine, but, well, somebody had to look after it after he was gone. She gives a quick glance as if to check to make sure Lasta is still there.
I give her a soft smile. Well, you're doing a great job of it.
Thank you. And you're doing a good job as well. I hear from a few of the folk around town that there's talk about really offering you a job pretty soon. I don't know if a man like you wants to settle down or not, though.
Not something I've really thought about.
Well, perhaps it's time you started thinking about it. How old are you, Wes?
Me? I've been around for a bit.
Have you ever thought about what you're going to do when you're, you know, like me? She gives a small chuckle.
Honestly, never thought I'd get that far.
Lasta ducks his head out. Ducks back into the kitchen, out of sight. Brenda shrugs.
Most of the places I wind up, I don't stay there for very long.
Brenda gives you a kind of long, analyzing gaze before her eyes soften for just
I'm
a
back.
moment. Welcome back. Her eyes soften for just a moment. She nods slowly at you, thoughtfully. Well, maybe you should think about tomorrow, Wesk.
Let's go. Think on that for a moment. You know, I just might.
Very well. We will go back up here to one Ziri, who has just departed the Otari barracks for a second time. After seeing Tavi Salinjo coming up here to check on Doriana, I believe. Departing the jail where Tavius clutches his family sword, and now a new book. Do you remember what you gave Tavius to read?
I mean, it was one of the favorite smut books, but I don't remember the title.
Very well. That's all I need. Ziri, what are you hoping to find with Doriana? As you are going to be kind of having a little bit of time to think to yourself these thoughts.
Don't know that she's hoping to find anything specific, except that the girl's, I guess, still alive is the best she could hope for. At this point, she's pretty uncertain as to how to help.
But you do want to help.
Yes.
Why?
Because she's just a little girl and she doesn't deserve any of this.
You were a little girl too once.
Once.
Are you still that little girl?
No, even though she feels like it sometimes.
And what's the difference?
She's been able to live a life. Doriana hasn't.
Just time, huh?
Just time.
You arrive at the Minham's Manor, and the guard that you've spoken to a couple of times in the past sees you, goes to stop you, realizes it's you, steps to the side, gives you a small, polite nod, surprisingly.
He gives him a kind of surprised nod back.
You wind and wind your way through the Minham's Manor. It seems like the servants here are kind of rapidly hurrying around to overtake and care for the manor. You do notice that the museum aspect, half the manor, is a museum dedicated to the Rose Guard. The museum looks like it's fallen by the wayside right now. It looks like it's not being taken care of quite as much.
Understandable.
You cut through the hallways that you've traced a couple of times, your hooves clicking perhaps a little bit too loud for your thoughts as you wind up in front of Doriana Minham's door. The small scratch marks in the door frame indicating the passage of time for Doriana. Too little time, you think to yourself as you arrive in front of that familiar door. What do?
She'll knock first.
There's silence. The door isn't fully shut.
Ziri will just kind of gently start opening and peek her head in.
Okay. You see, once again, Doriana Minhams with those big brown, sad eyes, staring vacantly ahead, sitting up in bed in her nightgown. Once again, her clothing is quite a bit higher quality. It's clear her father loves her very much and has spoiled her, giving her the best, but once again, strewn about the room are toys and children's blocks from a child that should be much, much younger than Doriana. She clutches the stuffed griffin still. She doesn't acknowledge you as you enter.
Kinda remember what happened the last time I saw her. Hold on. Looking at my notes. So apparently I didn't specify. Was Mahavra something she was saying?
I believe she mentions it. She mentions that the Motley Man took her to Mahav.
That was the word that gave us psychic damage for hearing it, right?
Correct.
Alright.
I'm surprised you remember that, Raleigh.
Well, I remember a lot of things.
I mean, when you take psychic damage from just a word, it tends to stick in your mind.
Yuri will go over to her and kind of look her over, see if it looks like anything's changed. So she's going to be looking for the scroll that had been tattooed on her arm and seeing if she still has that smell of ocean breeze and rot.
All of those symptoms are still there, and the black scrawl that looks like somebody has tattooed this text onto her left arm is still there. As you kind of give her an examination, you don't notice anything too differently. She just seems out of it. She seems tired. She seems
Does it
not
seem
on
like
there.
the skin is healing normally like it would from a tattoo?
No. It seems like it is just frozen in time.
Is there any way for Zeri to try to sense whether it feels like the girl's full soul is here.
I'll let you give me an occult check.
Hold on, I got too much crap open. God, I gotta fix those.
I'll say with that roll, Zeri, you can't determine anything concrete. It's a very delicate process. And right now, there's just not enough rituals, there's not enough time, there's not enough anything. Doriana is seemingly here. You don't notice any parts of her soul that are gone, but it's very hard to give it an exact, precise reading of a soul, even for someone like you. It's very much more of a general, rounded up vibe.
The like Rocky talkies.
Yes, the Rocky Talkies.
The Rocky talkie's still there, right?
Did you give it back to her?
I don't remember.
Because I thought you and Cezanne took all of them and were like talking.
Might have, because there was the voice that was coming over them.
Okay. Then yes, I would say she still has the Rocky Talkie under her pillow, where you slipped it under last time. To sort of eavesdrop in on her.
Oh, I meant we might have took it because there was the voice that was coming over it.
Okay.
Okay, so she doesn't have that anymore. But she has the griffin.
Yes.
Ziri's going to faintly brush her hand against the griffin to see if she can feel the stone inside of it.
Sure is.
What kind of a stone was it? It was a
Large ruby, about the size of your
large
fist.
ruby.
It's very, very easy to feel.
Ziri will just kind of sigh in frustration and sit down on the bed before looking over at Doriana and trying to muster a smile. How are you doing, Doriana?
As if seeing you for the first time, she slowly turns her head. She's pale, sweating. Hey, devil.
He's gonna be kind of surprised that she acknowledged her. Hello. Looks like you aren't feeling very well.
No. Mahav is very far away.
Does Ziri feel anything particular when she hears the word again?
Your head tingles, buzzes. No physical pain this time, but there's something about that word.
Very far away, you said?
Very tired.
Ziri nods. I can understand that. Is there anything you can think of that might help us be able to reach that place sooner?
She looks at you quietly. The motley man says he'll be your friend soon, and then he can take you.
Ziri kind of cringes a little bit, thinking in her head if this is what a friend of the motley man ends up looking like, she certainly doesn't want that. She is going to kind of glance down at the griffin before asking, perhaps somewhat futilely, Do you know what that ruby is for, Doriana? Or how it keeps getting back in your griffin when I take it?
She fiddles with the griffin's little arms, flopping them around a bit. He says that as long as I have it, I won't get lost.
You won't get lost, but why are you worried about getting lost? You're here at home.
And when we go to Mojave, it's really far away.
Is the Motley Man the one that keeps putting it back in your griffin?
Yeah, he says I need it to not get lost on the way. He says it's really important.
Siri stares at the griffin, but she's staring past the griffin, just kind of picturing the stone. I really haven't found out anything about the stone yet, have I?
You know that
Just
it
said it.
has a... I think you and Ren a long time ago analyzed it together and determined that it's the source of a curse. Applying the outcast curse on the Doriana, which makes her sort of seem repulsive and repugnant and behave in erratic ways to make people dislike her. I'll say if you want to take another crack at it now that it's been a couple levels and you've gotten smarter and better, you can, but you'll have to take the griffin away to examine the ruby again.
Siri's gonna kind of shift uncomfortably, thinking about having to ask her for it again before holding her hands out and offering kind of a sad smile. Alright, well, Dr. Ziri needs to see your griffin again, if that's okay, Doriana.
She passes you the griffin.
She kind of brushes a hand past the girl's shoulder gratefully before trying to retrieve the stone again.
Easily enough done. You pry it loose from the stitching in the back, as you've done once before already. Give me an Arcana or occult check as you examine this here. Okay. This is going to take you about 10 minutes to do, so we'll go ahead and check back in with the boys. This is on. Gideon. You two are on the pier, unaware of all the macabre, depressing topics being handled by the other two.
Oh boy. Well, I've had my fun. Time to go prep for war.
Yeah, seems like a good time to start planning.
What are the two of you doing?
I think I'd head back towards the Rowdy Rockfish.
Very well. Gideon?
I eventually want to go to the Dawnflower Library to read up on devils, but for right now I will stop by the Rockfish as well.
Okay.
It's a good rendezvous point.
You two discuss anything as you head past the smoldering ruins of the Otari market?
Is there anything I can just stop by and like maybe help prop up a stand while we're walking by, things like that? That's the kind of thing that I'd be doing.
You can, but Cezanne is heading to the Rowdy Rockfish. You can ask him to stop with you.
I can walk faster than him and he can catch up.
I think Cezanne'd stick with him here.
So you two stop for a brief moment just to kind of help out where you can from the more obvious things you see. Gideon, for you, it's a lot of heavy lifting, and Cezanne, for you, it's a lot of just talking to people and alleviating their fears. Kind of reassuring them that things will be okay eventually. There's a lot of talk about dragging Tavius out of that jail and sacrificing him to the devil. There's clearly a lot of really hurt people here, both physically and spiritually. Cezanne, you can see how the devil's words have twisted the town in on itself. He's an easy scapegoat, admittedly. With nothing else left to add, you two eventually do depart and make your way to the Rowdy Rockfish, where you see Wesk standing in the center of the small greeting area.
Aye, took you long enough.
Sort of planning. Sort of heading out for a few minutes. What are we up to here?
Oh, we were just chatting.
So, are the other two still there?
Lasda is not. You can hear Lasda messing, assumedly Lasda messing with something in the kitchen back behind the corner. Brenda, however, is. She was in the middle of a, not quite tense, but definitely dour kind of conversation with Wesk. There's not much cheer in the air in general today, however, Cezanne, with all of the funeral rites going on.
The two of us were looking to start planning for tomorrow.
Brenda looks between the three of you. Tomorrow, huh? What's going on?
It's the same as has been going on, venturing back further into the godlight.
What's so special about tomorrow, though? I mean, don't you guys go into that gauntlet every single day, basically?
I mean,
We try to.
yeah.
Doesn't have to be tomorrow, but sooner's better than later.
Are you three just trying not to be specific, or are you three just kind of not wanting to address the topic?
I mean, I've started to give an answer twice and been cut off by both of them, so...
You go ahead.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I was gonna say, it's not every day you, march into the domain of a contract devil.
She gives a thoughtful nod at that. I don't know much about what you guys do, but I hope that when the chips are down, you know to run away when things get too big for you. It's okay to be small. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Says the small one.
Yes.
Brenda's also a dwarf, so yes, it works on many levels.
Yes, I was gonna say. It works especially for that set, coming from her and going to him.
Yes, first and foremost, we have to make it out as well.
I'd just like to raise some hell in hell.
Well, just don't get getting killed. We don't have a town to name after you anymore.
No plans on dying just yet.
She opens her mouth as if to say something, but thinks better of it. Yes, well, I should just hope that the three of you don't do anything too reckless. I don't know the exact details of what you're doing, but it sounds like you're going to be fighting something that, frankly, I've only heard about in stories until they popped up in our town and began ruining it, so I guess all I'll say is give him one for me.
I think we can do that.
Honestly, I'm less worried about odds and more worried about... I'm not going to say anything out loud.
As well, I'll give a sideways glance to Gideon.
You worried about the Elendil boy, or...?
No, I think if worse comes to worse, he would run. I'm worried about the one who I think wouldn't run. Mostly because I've seen her do it before.
Are you talking about the... She raises two fingers to her head.
Wow.
Yes, I suppose she's always been a little headstrong, I guess. But I think you underestimate her.
She's a good person, I think, to her own detriment sometimes.
She reminds me a lot of Andy in that way.
No wonder they got along.
Tammy, or Brenda stares distantly out into the large bay windows that overlook the waters of Otari. Make sure to cherish the time you have with each other. I had always meant to spend more time with Vandy, but... well, death brings a certain finality to things that very few things can. She thrums her fingers on the desk in front of her once, twice before sort of pushing away from it. But that's enough talk about that. I'm going to go get started on dinner, and we'll see you again tonight.
Miss it.
She disappears back into the kitchen to join Lazda, leaving the three of you alone with your thoughts. What are the three of you doing?
I am going to go to the Dawnflower Library and look up every weakness I can on devils. I think silver's a good route. I think obviously holy damage is a good route. I was gonna say this, but I can also say this and then leave.
Okay. Go for it.
And then as I'm leaving, I'll just be muttering all of this as I'm walking off in that direction.
I wonder if they'd have anything on any of that security that they have.
Honestly, what I really want is protection against whatever his nails did to me. That hurt for a long time.
I might actually head over to the Dawnflower as well. There's a few things I would love to look into.
Ask her alone again.
I think Wesk is actually going to take a stroll up to visit the druids.
Very well. once we're back in Doriana's room, Ziri, you've spent about a short while identifying this ruby. You do understand the type of spell that is over it, however. It's a... see if I can find the exact spell. It has a locate enchantment heightened to 5th level. It is essentially, as long as Doriana has this, the Motley Man knows where she is at all times, no matter where she is. Strangely, it doesn't cross planar travel, which means that in order to know where she is at all times, he would have to be on this plane. Relatively close-ish, this region of the world.
Does she know why or how it keeps teleporting back to the Griffin? Is that part of the spell?
He would have to deliver it himself.
Not the JoJo, I keep putting you at the bottom of the stairs as a goof.
There is no teleportation magic on this, Ziri. This is just divination magic. He would have to physically acquire the stone and hand deliver it himself each and every time.
Don't like that. Siri's gonna kind of sit there for a moment, try to shake off the chill that crosses her before glancing over at Doriana again. Doriana, you've seen the Motley Man, right? Do you see him when he brings this back to you?
Yes.
And do you remember what he looks like?
I showed you that picture.
She's met all three of the others before, right? We've all been in the room with her.
Yes, I believe you and Cezanne even consulted with Doriana's picture and mentioned that it looked like Cezanne.
Okay. And do you remember the man that I had with me when we talked to you about your picture?
Your friend.
Yes, my friend.
My friend.
Your friend? Is it him that brings you the stone?
It looks like she tries to say something, but she cannot.
Siri pauses for a moment before asking if she can nod if the answer is yes.
She does not move.
She looks at the stone in her hands again before asking her, just gonna change up the question and say, do you remember the other two that were with me? The tall man and the lizard?
Your friends.
Yes. You remember what they look like?
Tall man, lizard.
Is it them? Either one of them that brings this to you?
Doesn't say anything.
Zuri kind of nods before patting her shoulder gently. It's okay, Doriana. Do you remember anything else that's happened since the last time I've seen you? I know it hasn't been long, but anything that could maybe help?
We saw Ren.
She perks up. You saw Bryn? Do you mean you had a dream about her?
Yeah.
What was the dream?
She went with us to Mahav.
Did she go with you willingly?
Shrugs.
Hold on, I have to mute Como because I'm hearing myself twice. I don't like it. Do you remember anybody like holding her hand or pulling her with you?
She went with us.
You and the Motley Man?
Yeah.
Anything else happen in the dream?
We left her there.
Why would you leave her there?
She shrugs.
Did she want to stay?
She shrugs.
Siri glances away for a moment. So, it was just you, the Motley Man, and her, and then you and the Motley Man left and she stayed?
Yeah. He took me home.
And the Motley Man, he looks like my friend.
She doesn't move.
Siri kind of works her head, ears flicking back. She looks either sad or irritated or a mixture of both, but then sighs. I appreciate it, Doriana. Everything helps. She hands the griffin back over to the girl, but keeps the stone in her hand.
Takes the griffin back. Doesn't hug it, just kind of holds it. We'll see you soon, right?
She frowns momentarily at the term we before mustering up another half-hearted smile. Yes, I'll see you very soon, Doriana. I'm gonna keep trying to help you feel better.
Doesn't say anything, just slides down in her bed, lays her head on the pillow.
Story kind of tucks the griffin up by the girl's chest and pulls the blankets up a little bit before brushing her hair and turning to walk out. She'll pause at the doorway before mostly closing the door and then head out of the manor.
Very well. where do you go from here?
Can I think of anybody who would know more about like stones or spells or whatever I think this ruby is essentially that I might be able to consult with?
Rin, Morblunt, Landy's gone. Maybe the druids. Maybe some of the acolytes. Cezanne, maybe. Cezanne's a quite powerful spellcaster now.
Mm-hmm. Father, one of the other people, come back to me. I have an idea.
Wesk, make your way up
Alright.
to the druids. It's gonna be a 10-minute walk with nothing but your thoughts. What are you thinking as you see the road that led you into town again?
He's probably just gonna think about all the times he's taken this road before. Think about how many more times he's gonna have to take this road.
Get a nice view
Hope
of
it's not
Otari
too
from
many.
here.
It is.
Alright, Siri will eventually head towards the druids as well, whenever you want to move her.
Very well. Wesk, you arrive at the druids. The little stone ring pond where a whirlwind, another small halfling woman, is kind of milling around with various other druids. This druidic circle that once helped Otari in times long ago before their unfortunate incident with one werewolf posing as a druid attacked the town you've since dealt with. What are you hoping to find here?
I was just curious if they had any thoughts on Urizen or ideas that I wouldn't be able to find it, like the Dawnflower, or if they might have any unique takes on devil magic.
Okay. So you're just kind of asking for a consultation on whether the druids
Pretty
know
much.
anything about that?
Yeah. I know that they knew a lot about, the werewolf, so
Take a quick look at this. Why is it still targeting Cezanne? Whatever. That's weird. Okay. Wesk, I would say, as you kind of make your way through this druidic pond, notably there's a couple injured people here, not nearly as many as the Dawnflower Library. Much older people seem to trust the druids more than the modern clerics. And as you kind of make your way through, not quite interrupting their flow or anything, Whirlwind does get wind of you asking before kind of pulling you off to the side. After kind of explaining that you're going to be fighting a devil, she makes a point to point out to you that it's not necessarily about it's not necessarily just about how strong he is, but how smart he is. You are going to be fighting a devil on their home turf, and the amount of bullshit traps on top of just how strong he is a real threat. Going in and just trying to only think of it as fighting the devil is foolish. She's very wise in pointing out the fact that you are attacking not just the devil but the entire layer, and you may want to look into ways that you could potentially make it safer to face the devil in his lair, if at all possible, which, assuming that the devil is clever at all, he's going to be expecting that. You need to find some way to kind of infiltrate his lair, make it safer, pick out where you want to fight. You need to focus on turning the tide against him in some manner. As well as that, just kind of reminding you that infernal wounds is a thing, which are something that every healer knows about. These type of wounds caused by a devil that are inflicted with unholy energy that take a lot to fix. The devil can't afford to just pluck at you like a toy and then just let you bleed out. It's incredibly stacked against you, but the gist of it is that she believes that it would be wise if you could find some way to essentially make the layer itself easier to fight in, whether that be dealing with any sort of minions. As a contract devil, he likely has contracts with dozens of other devils, or whether that's sort of disarming his own traps. Because as you explain the information you have on hand, she points out that as long as those surveillance runes are up, you're never going to ever have any sort of advantage on him, because he's going to know immediately what's going on. You need some way to do what you need to do without him knowing that you're even in his lair. It's about that point that Ziri, you walk up and Wesk is already here for some reason. That's a little strange.
Hello, Wesk.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Could ask the same of you. She kind of clenches the ruby before realizing she had never even put it away because she'd been absent-minded while walking with it.
Notably,
I
Wesk,
came to ask the...
I need you to make
Sorry?
me a will save.
Uh-oh.
Came to ask the druids about this. She'll kind of flip her hand over and show him the stone.
Oof. Okay.
Did anyone else see that almost land on 2 for a second? Because
Yeah.
I saw that almost land on 2 for a second.
Very close. Very close.
I just figured that the druids might have a different point of view for how we were going to deal with Urizen, and they did, and he'll relay what he was told to her. I thought we lost that.
Stone?
Yeah.
I mean, have, I think, a few times now, but I know where it always goes back to. She's gonna pause for a moment before glancing around to see if she sees any of the druids she could talk to.
There are, notably, Ziri, because you are in possession of the stone that is inflicted with the outcast curse, more than a handful of them are kind of scowling at you and glancing around at you, giving you a side eye and beginning to step away from you.
She's gonna ignore it and then promptly head towards whichever one looks like she should talk to them.
Okay. I'll say that Whirlwind is still here. Whirlwind, however, does kind of look at you up and down, and kind of you get the feeling that she's uneasy around you for some reason.
Ziri will immediately kind of thrust her hand out towards her and nod at the stone. It's a curse.
Give me a diplomacy check.
That was some Gideon-style interaction right there. Oh, that's some Gideon-style interaction for real.
You watch as Ziri, eager to be like, no, it's fine, shoves the cursed stone in her face, which only seems to repel her far more. As she throws her hands up, kind of turning her head away like
I'm sorry, wait. I need to ask some questions.
Slinger, I've helped. I'm very busy. Maybe you can help your friend
I
here.
understand, but it's important.
She's turned and left.
She looks around for another one.
Hold on. What are you trying to do?
I was just trying to ask if she knew anything about huge rubies that might be infused with the outcast curses. I don't know. I was just hoping they'd know something, and I wanted to ask about a specific place Doriana keeps talking about.
My God, is that what that looks like from the outside?
All right. Tell you what. Why don't I hold on to that while you talk with another druid?
She looks at the stone. Looks at that. Okay, but just be very careful. Just gonna kind of grudgingly hand it over.
Promise I will be as careful with it as I can.
Ziri, give me a will save.
Fortunately, this is her forte.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Oh, Fate Fellowship applies to that. Very cool.
It's
Jesus.
technically an enchantment. Yes, I'll allow it. Regardless, you don't notice anything immediately different about Wes because you hand over the curse to him. However,
Well-
I will need you to give me another diplomacy check as you begin to inquire around.
I don't wanna.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Better.
That is better.
Bay diplomacy, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
No.
I'm looking at the entire
What about
list.
if I use a star power?
Oh, okay. In that case, they basically tell you exactly what they told Wesk. Or no, sorry, you're inquiring about the ruby and Mahav. Most people
Yeah.
don't seem to really know what you're talking about as you show them the ruby, now that you are 10 feet away from Wesk, who is holding the stone awkwardly. They seem more susceptible to you talking, but there's not a lot of them that know shit about Mahav or anything like that. What specifically are you wanting to ask about the ruby?
Just if anybody can identify the stone as something they've seen before or heard talked about. Just kind of, I guess, going through the nature, like where did this ruby come from? Why was this ruby chosen to be the bearer of the curse?
Okay. In that case, Whirlwind, who seems to be sort of the head druid here, does come out and begrudgingly gives you another meeting, but as you sort of speak as the expert on the matter, without being too overeager to shove the stone in her face and such, she's willing to give you the time of day, and she does come to the same conclusion of you. as far as why the gems and the rubies go, Whirlwind gives you a detailed diatribe of explaining how stones and gems are typically used in magic because they are essentially compressed and powerful essences of the material plane. Their formation is incredibly rare and harder to find because they are essentially crystallized magic. And because they are crystallized magic, they are crystallized memories of the plane. It makes them much easier to conduct magic. She gives you a long, detailed explanation of how and why gems specifically are used, which would be fascinating, but as a caster, you likely already knew all of this.
I'll still nod eagerly and interject things, nerding out with her for a little while there before she kind of pulls herself back together. Well, I appreciate it, and what about, she'll ask about Mahavre as well. Have you ever heard of a place or word like that before?
No.
She'll nod. Alright, well, I appreciate it.
She shrugs and points you to
Anyways.
the Dawnflower Library. I mean, if you can't research it down there, I don't know what to tell you. I've never heard about this. Much more
Yeah,
in tune with the actual physical world around us, as you maybe can see. Less concerned with matters of death and finality and the occult concepts of our world. Well, to be honest with you, much more grounded in reality here.
You'll kind of smile at that before giving another nod. Well, I appreciate it. I'll head towards the library then and see if I can't find anything else.
Well,
I think I'll join you. Oh, sorry. I stepped away. My bad.
it's okay. Sazan, Gideon, you two are in the Dawnflower Library. What are you two doing?
Specifically
going-
wanting. Oh, sorry. Go
No.
ahead.
You go ahead. I
I
think we
was-
both have specific subjects.
Yeah, I was wanting to look into two specific things. One being any research about, like, I forget what it's called, the solid block of souls covering both the entrances to the next floor, and whether there's any way to kind of deal with that without it immediately yelling out our position. The other thing I wanted to research into was those security rooms that are on the floor as well.
Okay. I will go ahead and list what lore or knowledge skill you want to use for this. Same with you, Gideon. And Gideon, what are you researching specifically?
Two things. One, I would like to look at specifically infernal wounds and any means of dealing with devil injuries and the best way to prevent them in the first place, ideally. Because obviously they're very difficult to treat. He knows that firsthand. Two, he's going to look at the entirety of the Devil's Floor as basically a giant wizard castle. So he's going to look for Wolfcrone books on entries on how to best invade a wizard castle, because he would be familiar with that. It'd be as close a sense of, here's how you booby trap a castle, and here's how people have gotten around that in the past. So I would like lore Wolfcrone for that specifically.
Okay. Go ahead and
Gonna
I
be
don't actually have a Wolfcrone lore, but
you don't have Wolfcrone lore?
we've never set up a lore for it, but I would assume that it would exist.
I will just let you use warfare lore for this then. I would say that's the same kind of delving into a barricaded, fortified keep.
Warfare?
Yeah.
Lore.
Warfare, not lorefare.
Lord Fair.
And for you, Cezanne, you were looking into the soul blocks. Go ahead and give me a religion check. Okay. Say that you two kind of go about your research at your separate times. One moment, I need a drink. Talking is very hard.
Understandable. Out of my head.
Well, we're also both getting over being sick, so I'm just trying not to cough over here. I assume Stray's doing the same.
Yeah, scratchy throat.
Oh, sorry, that +1 only applies to recall knowledge on the staff, so that should be a 28.
It's close enough, bud. The DC was 25. You'll be alright. Not incredibly hard for this. Cezanne, for yours, you do flip through a few books and notice that while these are condensed souls, which is a grisly thought in and of itself, that the devil can take your immortal soul and turn it into building blocks, they are still essentially on this physical material plane, and they have a lot of unique interactions with it because of that. They are technically classified much as a specter or a ghost, as a type of undead. As for your specific request, Cezanne, you notice that more than a few Wolf-Crone scholars have kind of turned up their own research into the Hells and how they might utilize its energy and power structures in order to fuel Wolf-Crone better. It's remarkable the amount of experiments they've done tearing open portals to Hell and essentially sequestering off chunks of the Hells to experiment on. It's written in a almost casually demeaning way. It's clear the Wolf-Crone scholars do believe that they've conquered the literal afterlife. But you do take notice there's a very brief snippet about how materials from Hell are actually kind of not as useful to build with as you would think, because they're very susceptible to the same sort of weaknesses as regular structures are. And they go on to list, you can smash them, burn them, etc., etc., and then a small snippet catches your eye. They can be silenced with a silence spell. If you were to just drop a silence spell on them, when they go to alert, it would mute the entire noise. From there, you could just smash it to pieces.
Does it have to be the 4th level version of silence?
No, because they are technically creatures, because they are classified as the same type of undead inspectors.
It has to be a willing creature for the lower level version.
How does it? Oh, very well. I'll say this is a special exception then.
Okay.
We'll say that
Souls of the Damned would be perfectly willing to cooperate.
We'll say that the souls of the damned have been so ruined and smashed by the devils into submission that they allow any spell to be cast upon them. Gideon, for your sake, you were looking into what the keep, breaching a wizard's keep. What specifically are you looking at?
Common things like the best way to get around an alarm spell, the best way to get around any reasonable scrying that would take place, and any common traps you would find therein. Fire pits, means of alert, means of having visual acuity over a wide area the second there's movement, or a living creature.
I would say, again, you find books on Wolf-Crone invading Hell kind of in the same stack as Cezanne does. Devils, being naturally resistant to fire, do love to just make everything fire damage, which is also a weakness of theirs. They rarely compensate, being as proud as they are, for someone that can bypass that fire damage at all. And so while they typically do have defenses and protections against things that might cause them harm, they rarely double up on defenses, having assumed they've already gotten defenses and protections against those. Devils do love hierarchy. There is always an implicit hierarchy. You can use that to your advantage, so that once you've supplanted yourself in the devil hierarchy, those underneath you would be compelled to follow you, which means that should you typically defeat a leader of a devil, they would be willing to follow you unless their contract stipulates otherwise, which is something that's kind of been a back and forth topic in Wolfcrone for a few years about how prevalent contracts are and whether that can be exploited for a resource or not, and whether mortals themselves can learn to create devil contracts and enslave other mortals to their will. It's a grisly tale. As for the scrying eyes, true sight and true scrying like these are unheard of even for devils. If you could just find a way to physically hide yourself in mundane ways, then the eyes still wouldn't see anything. Whether that be concealing yourself in fog or turning yourself invisible, that's an entirely other thing. You do also realize that the scrying eyes that you see around the runes kind of matching up to what you remember about the location. They only send vision, not hearing or not audio. So you would
Very
only
interesting.
need to be worried about vision.
Alright, that's 2 good pieces of knowledge.
Well, we'll say we spent about another 20-30 minutes there. Ziri, Wescu arrive in the Dawnflower Library to see a studious Cezanne and very tired Gideon.
He's gonna kind of side-eye Cezanne before walking off towards whatever books she thinks she should access to look up what she's trying to look up. Also, I don't know, can she search her mind and kind of focus on whether she thinks that the word Mahabre is like, what do you call it, an anagram or something that she could figure out or knows of?
Give me a very difficult occult check. So, I believe this got mentioned at some point. Masul and Mahav and all of that. All of that is Elvish, but it's not just Elvish, it's very ancient Elvish, which means that wherever Mahav is, it is old ancient Elvish. And it's interesting because Masul, which is the old Elvish capital, linguistically speaking, means that place, which has always been a matter of debate back in the day because it's hard to translate ancient Elvish. There's a lot of debate about what Mahav and Masul actually mean. Masul essentially meaning that place, Mahav meaning this place. But people aren't too sure why it's called Masul and not Mahav. Unfortunately, with your occult check, you don't learn anything new about that, but I'll let you refresh your memory about what you found out in the past about it. It's essentially just a strange way of calling Masul as best as you know. It's like an even older name for the oldest city in the world.
Okay, so I guess she will kind of peep at books about ancient cities and stuff, and then also maybe language books and books about curses and rubies. That's what she's going to be looking for.
If you want the curses and rubies, give me a cult. If you want ancient languages and cities, that's going to be society.
And I give both.
One at a time, please.
No, all at the same time.
Very well. Wesk, what are you doing?
Oh. I'll be honest, I'm not really good at this whole, like, reading, researching kind of thing.
Why don't you just give me an aid check then? And I'll let you aid somebody.
I'll aid specifically on the society check.
Very well. Give me a society check then, please. Okay. Now, I will say, Ziri has less society than you if you two want to swap that around.
Fair enough. I didn't realize that.
Very well. Ziri, you inform Wesk about what you're going to look. Wesk decides, I'm much more interested in the history bit. And you two sort of help each other out.
Yeah, teamwork.
Ziri, what specifically about the ruby and the curse and such are you wanting to know? With that roll, you can learn quite a bit, up to extreme amounts of knowledge.
Is there any way that she can remove the curse from the ruby?
There is, but you would need a powerful remove curse spell. It's called Cleanse Affliction now. But it would have to be heightened up to 4th level, and you would have to beat the curse level of whoever put the curse on the ruby. But this would not cleanse the locate spell on it.
Is there any way to locate who put the locate spell on it?
Who locates the locators?
The call is coming from inside the house.
Interesting. I will allow that if you burn a hero point while using your occult check from earlier.
Those points go down. Boop.
With that in mind, I'll say that yes, you learn how to cleanse the curse on the ruby, as well as that you could theoretically reverse locate whoever has this spell cast on it by tracing their magic. But it would be a ritual that you would have to do at some other time. I'll say that you become inspired and manage to create a ritual of reverse locate, but that's going to be something you do at a later date. Right now, you just kind of are starting to piece together the ideas right now. Wesk, for your part, you learn much the same thing that Ziri does as far as it's old ancient Elvish from more than 4,000 years ago. Ancient magic, or ancient Elvish. It's just a linguistic trick. Masul, Mahav, this place, that place. It's linguists and historians agree that Mahav and Masul most likely are the same place, but there's a few holdouts that explicitly mention that Elvish is a very precise, very purposeful language. They would not just refer to it and say that's close enough. So I'll say you get the inkling that Mahav is a real place, or might have been a real place, but the sort of context that you're getting around this, it's ancient. Like, it was ancient back when ancient stuff was ancient. It's old, wherever it is, and it's seemingly lost to time. That's the best you get with your roll.
And when I learn this, I'll relay it to Gary.
Okay. And then she wants to look for one more thing, and that's, can I find any knowledge about spells that are basically like security cameras? Is there a way I can set up a camera to watch something overnight? Is it a spell? Is there a thing that exists?
Quite a few spells that do that. What are you trying
Say if I wanted to monitor the entrance to the manor.
Okay. There's clairvoyance, which lets you see. There's clairaudience, which lets you hear.
But do they do that while you're not actively paying attention? Like if she were to, fall asleep or...
Yes, but these typically have a duration of only about 10 minutes.
She's trying to look for, is there a spell that kind of captures it where you can, play it back, see it at a later time? I don't know how else to put it except like a security camera. Or are there security cameras in this world?
That's a good question. I've never thought about it, but for you, there is a spell called Spy's Mark. There is... A lot of these are unfortunately tap out at about 10 minutes. Spy's Mark lasts an hour, but you would have to be in range of the spell, which means you would have to be in the house to see through it. And it would be a visible symbol on Doriana's wall.
And scrying is... what's scrying?
Scrying is a 6th level spell you do not have access to.
Excellent.
Scrying essentially picks a creature and targets them for clairvoyance. You can see them from wherever you are, rather than just within 500 feet. It's essentially a planet-wide clairvoyant spell. It's a very specific use of the clairvoyant spell.
I think that's all she wanted.
Okay. It's getting rather late in the evening. It's now about 6 p.m. You guys have all finished your individual independent researches. We'll say that you finally all look up and notice that each of you are in the library and can congregate and share your findings if you wish.
Sounds good.
Anyone have a summary of anything particularly interesting they found?
I know how to make these soul blocks not scream.
That's helpful.
I think I know how to avoid the eyes, at least long enough to disable them.
Oh?
Yeah, turns out they're sight only. So all we need is one good cloud cover, one good invisibility. And then just scratch the rune right off.
Do I know if there's some kind of indication that happens when one of those spells is ended?
There is not. The indication would be you go to look through it
That
and it
you
doesn't
can
work.
look through it, yeah.
But as many as there are, and again, you would have to be actively looking through it.
Right. So it's only while they're actively looking. Got it.
Yeah, because my understanding of that spell is, unlike Scry, you literally have to consciously make the effort to stare at it. It's like an orb.
That's good. What have you two been up to?
Oh, and everyone's gonna need fire protection. Mandatory. No questions asked. We're getting fire potions. Ideally, at least a few each.
Just trying to
Alright.
find more information about the stone again. She'll, again, kind of flip it around in her hand. And trying to figure out where that place is. One that, you know, felt weird when we spoke it or wrote it. Trying to find more information about that, but seems some of it might have been lost to time.
Yeah, whatever it was. Doesn't seem like it was something easily known. At least we've found some ways of getting into the next floor reasonably safely.
Oh, and I forget I had this. I've got two of them, actually.
Oh,
How easy is it to remove one of those eye things? Do I know that?
If
Would
you
I be
don't
able to
care
know
about
that?
how stealthy you are, you can just smash the surface it's on.
Right, but that would probably give some pretty decent...
My question would be, would that be a visible action? Or rather, would that counteract invisibility? Because I would think that's not a hostile action.
I would think that it's a hostile action.
It's not against a living entity, but I'll take your ruling on that either way. Would that kill an invisibility potion or not? That's what I want to know before I go in. Because if it did not, I'm just going to go down there myself. 10 minutes smash and grab.
I will say, after reading over hostile actions, it does specify can harm or damage another creature, whether directly or indirectly. You are aware that this is something that can be used against Urizen, so this would qualify as a hostile action. You are not unaware of what you are doing.
Fair enough.
But that is assuming that you're just smashing the wall.
Would there be a simpler way to
How
remove
about
them that
this?
wouldn't be a
Then?
hostile
If
action?
you take a strike action to smash the wall, then yes, I'll do that. If you give me something that is not just smashing the wall, we'll see.
Gideon know the easiest way to remove a rune? Probably from somewhere in Wolfcrown.
Yeah. graffiti that shit.
I got chalk. Let's fucking do this. We're going back to 14-year-old Gideon, guys.
Spray paint over the security
That's
camera.
What security camera? I need it.
This was the eyes that he was just telling you about. That's the exact same thing. It's like a 3rd level spell. You can have it. I think it's an arcane spell,
It's not.
which might mean you can't have it. Oh,
It's this one that I was telling Ziri about. Oh, it is. Why is it listed divine on the?
arcane, occult. Yeah.
Why?
Sure you weren't looking at Clara audience?
No, because I was specifically looking for things that she could see through. Huh. Maybe I just misread.
I'm gonna say, I've always thought those spells were arcane, but to be fair, I don't know how scrying works very well in Pathfinder.
Well, the
Oh, you were looking at a different spell entirely? Okay.
yeah, there's a few of them that can.
I was looking at that one.
There's Familiar's
This
face
probably
as
didn't work,
well.
right?
But I was trying to find something that would let her see for a while, but unfortunately a lot of these are arcane or occult.
Yep.
You could do this.
The joy of
Is
having
a-
2 divine spellcasters.
Yes, this is a divine spell, but it's also only 10 minutes.
It's okay. Ziri doesn't need to sleep. We've got this.
Oh, I think that was what was on us once before.
No, a scouting eye was on you at once.
Oh, is that what that was?
This
I
is
just
a-
knew it was some kind of eye.
5th level spell.
Hmm.
What's Cezanne and Ziri capable of casting again? 4th. Okay.
4th.
What?
Yeah, I was gonna say, they can
Okay.
do 4th, which is why I said that clairvoyance was an option. Except it's not, because we don't have a freaking arcane or occult caster.
Yep, and neither of
Although-
you have trick magic item.
I was gonna say, what does, I forget which animus spirit it is, but the shadows one.
Well, that
I
doesn't
was
change
hoping
her
that would be an
arcane
option.
casting tradition, but if the familiar gives, or the spirit
That's
gives
what I
her
was
the
hoping.
spell, then yes, she can then cast it. But that would be, hey Ziri, check your 13 spirits to see if they give you a spell for this exact scenario. But
Which is like the whole benefit of animus.
yes. Point being, I think you guys got plenty of information about how to handle shit. So,
Yes.
Sure did.
what is everyone doing? It's getting late.
I think it's time to head back for dinner now.
Yeah, I'm getting a little hungry myself.
Very well. As it slowly gets darker, the sun setting over Otari once more. Ziri, lost in thought, kind of tugged forward by the arm, presumably, as the 4 of you make your way back to the Rowdy Rockfish, assumedly. Does anybody have anything else to add?
No.
Nah.
Not really. I'm just glad we have a plan.
That's a bold
Got a
way to
shopping
put
list.
that.
Look, I've got a shopping list and options, and that's all I really need. Plans are for the smart people.
Very well. Why did that make it brighter? That's weird.
That's the question.
The sun begins to set over Otari once again. Beautiful sunset, casting its reflection off of the southern lake, stinging Ziri's eyes once again. You each arrive to the Rowdy Rockfish, where Brenda and Lasda have cooked up something delicious, smelling as usual. Another type of seafood, this time complete with what looks to be onion rings and some type of pancake. Soft, fluffy bread, drizzled with syrups and all sorts of goodness. It's a conflicting mixture of flavors. The umami of the fish, deep fried, apparently. It's quite good.
Right again. Oh no.
Hey.
Oh no.
Yeah, the new calendar and lighting system is kind of wonky.
It's there.
Sorry, just as you got it to the right thing, my computer screen went into rest mode. So anyway,
It deletes your entire screen.
It's very dark. I don't know what you want.
yeah.
The four of you are back in your in-room before too long. What's everyone doing?
Is Ziri?
Hmm?
I saw her with the gem earlier, right? Actually, can I confirm?
Yes.
Did I?
She openly was
Yeah,
like
she showed
rolling
it to you
around
guys.
in her hand and stuff.
Yeah.
Notably, Ziri,
I,
if you want to do that reverse locate ritual, that's going to be like a thing. You're going to have to like push everybody's stuff out the middle of the floor. You're going to have to get started on that.
Alright, she'll be busy rearranging the room to do that then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ziri begins just shoving all of your shit to the side.
Should I ask what you're doing here?
Oh, I just have to do a ritual. It takes a little space, and guys aren't exactly the most,
You're not making
organized. That's all.
You're not making another album.
No, I'm not making another Chuck. Not tonight, anyways.
Well,
She pauses for a moment, stares wistfully out the window, thinking of Chuck. He was a good boy. Goes back to cleaning.
from the
Gideon is
fact that,
only very mildly disappointed there's not another Chuck.
from the fact that you have that gem with you, I take it you went to see Doriana again. How's she holding up?
Browns kind of pauses for a moment before continuing. I mean, not well. Just not much different than last time, except this time she spoke to me a little bit, so that's good.
Yeah.
Why do you ask?
Oh, last time I saw her, things did not go quite well, and I just wanted to make sure she was okay.
She pauses for a moment and kind of glances over at him. When was the last time you saw her again?
The time she freaked out, cut herself, and smeared blood on me.
Right. That time. She goes back to what she was doing.
I always forget how shady you just
I don't think that any of this dialogue is shady. It's just that there's the other thing going on the side.
Both mages are not the best at actually describing things in full.
Blessed 8 charisma casters. Actually, no, Susanna has good charisma, right?
Susanna has fantastic charisma. Susanna is
Oh,
the
yeah.
face of the
Susanna
party.
has 18 charisma. Anyway, Zeri, how does this ritual look like? You are needing a bunch of space for this big ritual circle. You're going to have to project your senses to a different location. Describe how you think that looks for us.
Imagine it looks something kind of like when people do the, alm, except a little different.
Okay. You each watch as Ziri draws a huge glyph on the floor. This sort of borderline occult mixed with divine heretical symbol, Sazan. You glance away awkwardly as you are invoking the image of the world itself, ascribing each piece of the glyph to an aspect of the world that your senses will be drawn to. Siri sits in the middle of it and closes her eyes and begins to meditate and go om. What are the rest of you doing?
Russell kind of try and find a small space to work on his nightly maintenance out of the way.
Son will make his way back over to the window. And
After
start reading any guidance of the stars for the following day.
Very well. Seems like everyone is blessedly deciding to leave you alone, Ziri.
Gideon looks over, thinks about it
No.
for 1 second, and then goes, absolutely not. And then he will just, after polishing the Sunblade, he will begin a shopping list of things that he needs to make sure nobody fucking dies.
Very well.
Look at those lights.
Hey, man.
It could be lightning.
Shit's all fucked up. It's a very rough year, alright? Regardless. Ziri, you begin your ritual. And it is blessedly quiet for once. It seems like your party members will finally respect you in this regard. You project your senses out, far away. Ziri, you feel your senses settle on a location. You see a chamber. It's a stone chamber. There's a map on the wall. There's tattered pieces of paper kind of strewn around, still attached to the wall, kind of these disparate pieces of paper making an image you can't quite make out. It's a room of some type. You feel heat, sweltering heat. You feel distant. You're having an out-of-body experience. A large cushion sits in the corner of a room, kind of off to the side of the large map. Over in the other corner, sort of the opposite end of the room, there is a pulsing rune on a door. It's a divine rune. Give me a occult check if you want to check out the rune, or a society check if you want to check out the map. You realize The rune is very similar to the same sort of runes that Arisen is using to lock his chamber. Essentially, you need a key to open this rune, but this one is twisted beyond measure. You wouldn't be able to open it no matter what you did. It's essentially like someone's locked the room with a magical lock and then smashed the keyhole.
Can I do one for society or no?
Sure. Let's see. Are you able to see right now? Probably not.
It's loading.
Yeah, it still says loading, floor 7.
9%, floor 7.
Right.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, we got it.
You can see through Ziri?
I'm just seeing.
Oh, no. Yeah, we just see the map, but completely
Yeah, I see the
dark.
map.
Okay. Zilly,
Yeah,
can
I
you
can
see?
see. Uh-huh.
Very well. This is the room that you find yourself peering into. You can't move around it or look, but there is a door here off to the side that creaks open, and a creature steps through. The creature turns, seemingly noticing you despite the magic of the clairvoyance spell, and you are shunted back to your body, but not before you get a good look at the Motley Man for the first time. I will send it to you over on the Discords so that only you are able to see this, and then we will send us all the way back to one Otari. After about 10 minutes of Ziri just sitting there peacefully, Ziri comes to.
Oh boy.
And takes 20 points of mental damage from her experience. Ziri, your head is splitting painful right now. Buzzing and screeching noise. Sort of a tinnitus experience. But you were able to get a very clear look at the Motley Man and their room where they resided.
And did I know exactly where could I feel where the room is located while I was in there or no?
The sweltering heat indicates it's somewhere on the same floor as Arisen.
Okay. When she wakes, she's gonna kind of put a hand to her head and wince before stumbling over towards bed.
Okay. Ziri stumbles over to her bed, her feet kind of knocking over some of the ritual implements, clattering them to the floor.
Gideon, upon seeing that she's wincing, is going to look over and try to treat her very quickly. Clearly something went awry during that.
Gonna kind of tense at the sound of Sazan's voice before sitting down on her bed and kind of peering at him, squinting.
Theory?
My medical check's gone.
Yeah, I'm fine. You were here just now, right?
Yeah?
Right.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason. Just gonna look around for where she left the ruby.
Still seems to be in your possession.
She'll just kind of pick it up and start turning it over in her hands.
Still seems to be in the ruby.
Just a weird session, that's all. Don't worry about it. Once Gideon is done fussing over her, she's gonna start getting ready to lay down.
That's what, 48?
Yes, I believe so. Gideon gives you some headache pills.
Works every time, trust me.
Regardless, it seems like whatever Ziri saw, she's not keen to share it, as usual. However, the way she looks at you, Sazan, means it makes your hair stand on end, and it's very clear she's seeing you less and less as a friend each day.
Concern myself with that one later.
As an out-of-character comment, she saw that from the point of view of the person that originally put the scry on there, correct?
No, she reverse scried the Motley Man, essentially.
Okay.
She reverse engineered the spell the Motley Man used to do the same to him.
That was like a scrying eye.
Very well. As, assumedly, each of you kind of settle into your nightly routines. Anything special you want to say or do?
Son's gonna... where did I put it? Oh, it's on activations. Sazan's gonna give a quick status check for the night before going to sleep.
I've heard everything to do with the ruby, right?
Assumedly. But I can't keep track of what you and your character know.
I don't know if that went through, but that, yeah.
The status?
Yeah.
Then, yes. Spells range. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Regardless. You do a quick check on him as it ran. Enfeebled, weakened, restrained, drained. Not dying anymore. Still on floor 7.
Going to ask Sazan in regards to cleansing the affliction on the ruby. Is that something he can do? Because if I had heard everything earlier, I would have known that it was a 4th level cleanse, correct?
You can attempt to counteract it, yes.
Feasibly, yes, it would be an attempt to counteract the magic. I believe it was a curse of, what did you say it was called again, Stray?
An
The
outcast
outcast.
curse.
An outcast curse, if I recall.
I mean, cleansing afflictions are kind of your whole thing, right? Priesty things.
It's definitely something I could do, but it hardly seems the cause of any of this.
It just seems like a nice thing to do.
I wouldn't mind trying at some point. I don't have it prepped tonight, and I'm not sure we have the opportunity to prep it tomorrow.
Yuri's gonna be listening, but roll over in bed and kind of squinting as she hears Suzanne come up with excuses to not take anything off of the ruby. Interesting.
I mean, tomorrow we have a lot of shopping and prepping to do, I would think. I don't know if we're going down there tomorrow.
If we're not going down there tomorrow, I'd be willing to try.
Your twitches,
I think that's the
clenches,
best course of action.
jewel closer to chest.
Oriana's words of the motley man will see you soon echo in your ears, Ziri.
We'd probably have to retrieve it again. I believe every time we've taken this out, it's disappeared overnight.
Yuri's gonna tense.
For one time it took a couple of days, but
Oh, did it?
I don't... Honestly, I don't know exactly when she has and hasn't had it, but
That's fair. Actually, I don't have Cleanse Affliction through. No, I don't. Okay. So I don't have it prepped tonight.
yeah, and honestly, you would have to have it cleanse at a 4th level to have it cure a curse, so...
Right.
But honestly, that seems like a good thing to have. But yeah, 4th level spell slot's valuable. I understand.
Alright, we'll say as the...
Well-
Go ahead, Ral.
That was
that was
Como.
me. I was just gonna say, well, that's my 2 cents as the, not intelligent boy. I'm going to bed. Keaton will promptly roll over.
Very well. We will go into it the next day as everyone tosses over and gets some sleep.
Yuri's gonna actually not go to sleep. She's gonna just toss and turn all night and keep her hands on the ruby.
Okay. You're not going to take a long rest?
Nope.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Oops. It's not what. It's the same thing. Bitches.
I think this wins by default. Yeah, it does.
What about if I used?
Would you like to?
One
There
of
goes
10
another
million
one.
star power.
Okay.
We're whittling down.
And then the motley man will also use one.
No! You bitch!
Look, getting him to burn something is probably
Gonna
a
say,
good
getting
thing.
him to burn a villain point is win in my fucking book.
I would
If
say
I
so,
use
yeah.
another one, no, I'm kidding.
We can't stack them.
I know.
Let's see. Yep, I will burn a villain point that he had. I will say this then. Ziri, you toss and turn and you forego sleep for the night as you are haunted by the vision that you saw. Unaware of anything about what's going on, and at some point you feel the hairs on your neck creep up, a presence in the room. As you turn to look around the room, you don't see anything at all.
It's been-
As you turn back over, the ruby is gone.
Is Cezanne in his bed?
Yes, give me a perception check. Cezanne is having a fitful sleep right now. He is having a nightmare.
As soon as she notices the ruby's gone, she's gonna get out of bed and go over and jostle Cezanne awake.
Okay. Cezanne, you are pulled out of a nightmare blessedly. You can't quite recall about what, but just an overwhelming void all around you, swallowing you whole. And as you are jostled awake, your eyes burn with sleep.
Theory?
What were you dreaming about? We're having a nightmare. What was it?
I don't really remember. The
Get out of bed. We
lot
have
of
to go to the
darkness. What? Now?
manor. Yes, now.
I'll look out the window to see if I can deduce what time it is.
It's late.
It is late.
Okay.
Just gonna kind of grasp and start dragging him to his feet.
Okay. Cezanne, are you going willingly?
Yeah, this is clearly something she's pretty concerned about. I'll go.
Okay. Waking anyone else?
No.
Very well. We'll say the two of you take about 10-20 minutes to arrive at the minute.
Are you going to tell me what this is about?
The ruby's gone, and I wasn't asleep. It makes no sense. There's no way somebody could have taken it. It was right there.
What kind of teleportation magic?
She'll arch brow at him. Yeah, what kind of teleportation magic do you think?
There's several, aren't there? The
You tell
ruby
me.
could have had something on. Why would? Yes, there are multiple types of teleportation magic. I
Is there a
think you would
guard
know
when we
this
get
more
to the
than
manor?
me.
There is a guard. He notices you
Just gonna kind of
approach.
push Cezanne forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you see him come in here tonight at all?
What?
No.
Just gonna point at his face.
Should I have?
Anybody that looked like him? Nobody? Has anybody been in or out tonight?
Oh, not. Well, I mean, Joseph came home tonight. A couple of the servants, but. What? Why am I answering to you? What do you want?
I need to go inside.
What? It's like midnight.
It's important.
My
I won't
job
wake
is
anybody.
literally
I
to
just have
keep
to
you
check
outside.
something. You really want to go through this again?
Give me a
Across her
diplomacy.
arms.
You know what? Give me an intimidation check.
Yeah.
Cezanne, do you aid?
Look, Ziri here is treating the mayor's daughter. And she seems think something's going on there.
Give me a diplomacy check, Cezanne, because the guard puffs out his chest and meets your gaze, Ziri. Seems you're going soft. Because he is not scared of the 6'4".
Taps a hoof impatiently.
That's still better.
Beautiful.
Expertise goes a long way.
Sighs and steps out of the way, grabbing Cezanne by the collar and hissing in his ear, "If I get fired for this, I'm going to come down there and you're going to pay me a year's wages. Do you understand me?"
Siri grabs Cezanne by the sleeve and yanks him out of the guard's shorts manner.
Assumedly, you rush for Doriana's room.
Yes.
Siri, I'd like to remind you, last time this happened, it did not go well.
We're gonna wake somebody up. We said we wouldn't wake anybody up.
I have said no such thing.
Gonna peek her head in. Is the door open when she gets there?
The door is not shut. It's not fully shut. It's exactly as you left it.
Pop her head in.
Pop your head in. Okay. Give me a perception check. You poke your head in the room and you don't see anything disturbed. Doriana, sound asleep right now.
I see the griffin.
The griffin's there. Still clutching it.
Siri's gonna glance at Cezanne warily before trying to creep quietly over to poke the griffin.
Griffin does not have the ruby in it.
She walks back over to the doorway and motions Cezanne inside.
So no. Take a hesitant step in.
Okay. You're in Doriana Minham's room.
Whoever
Small
took the
children's
ruby
toys are strewn around.
hasn't brought it back yet. So, you and I are gonna wait right here. See who it is.
You,
She's blinking emphatically at him.
I mean, we just... You want us to stand here?
No, we can sit down. We're staying here till morning, because whoever has that ruby is gonna come here, try to put it in that damn griffin, and we're gonna be here when they do. You and me, and you are not leaving my sight. Do you understand?
Okay.
She's gonna stand there with her arms crossed for a couple minutes, shifting, before finally sighing and flopping to a seated position.
Siri,
Yes.
wouldn't it just be a better idea to cast a locate spell for the ruby?
Blinks. I don't have a locate spell, do you?
Yes.
Well then yes, that would be a great start. Wonders why he didn't mention it back at the Rowdy Rockfish, but okay.
Looks like he had no idea what was
Almost
going
like
on.
he got drug out of bed and doesn't know what's going on.
Man was in deep sleep, got dragged all the way across town. Just like, why didn't you
Likely
mention that sooner?
story seems pretty sketch to me.
Hassan will, as quietly
Super
as
sus.
possible, begin the casting of locate.
Do you have discreet spell?
I said as possible.
Okay.
As possible.
Sazan begins to chant the spell.
The foghorn blares out.
Not quite a
As is
foghorn,
the
but
way
yeah,
the spell
it's
works.
crackling and snapping magic, and divine symbols appearing in the air, runes appearing. Sazan chanting a hymn in a bold voice. Doriana rolls over in her sleep.
Yuri's wincing and looking at the girl anxiously.
I was gonna ask if that was even a vocal component spell, and then I realized that's not even a thing.
Okay, by some miracle, she does not wake up. Sazan, you're casting Locate on the ruby.
Yes. I've just specifically seen the ruby before,
Yes.
so I figure that means I can go a little more. Yes, if it's a specific object. Observe directly with your own senses. If it's within 500 feet of us.
Sazan, there is running water between you and this object.
Is that a thing on here?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's lead or running water.
fair enough. There's running water between us and the object, so I can't
He uses a
find
sigh.
it. That's actually a pretty decent indication, isn't it?
Indication of what?
I mean, how much running water do you think there is around here?
Well, let's see. The entire town is covered by a river.
The town is surrounded by a river.
It's a port.
Mm-hmm.
It means it's
But you know
outside
what-
of the town.
Isn't surrounded by.
Go on.
Abomination vaults. I was waiting for him to answer. It was a question.
Yes, there's our credits roll title drop.
Invincible title screen pops up.
She kind of shifts her weight uneasily. Well, guess we could try the edges of the city, but what if they're just waiting right on the other side? And she's gonna kind of sigh again and rest her head in her hands, frustrated.
Sazan, it's clear she cares greatly about this little girl.
Does the book work like the staves where I can use my own spell slot? Or can you even do those staves? I can't recall.
What about the book? What are you trying to do?
Use your spell slots to cast a spell in the book.
No.
'Cause I thought with
We
staves...
essentially reflavored the book to be a staff. That way somebody could use it since you didn't have any arcane casters.
Right. I thought with staves you could give them charges with your spells, but I might be
in that
like
case,
completely
yes,
opposite there.
you can, but it's done as part of your daily preparation.
Oh, it's done with daily
Be right
prep.
back.
Okay. Got it. I'm out of casts anyway, so... guess we'll wait. But I do...
We'll just kind of nod into her hands.
I mean... I could put up an alarm spell, but that's not super useful for right here.
She mumbles through her hands. We'll just wait.
leave it at that then. As we leave Cezanne and Ziri in the middle of this impromptu campout in Doriana's room. Cezanne, this means you will not get a long rest if you choose to stay up.
Unfortunately means I'm not going to be able to switch out my spells, doesn't it?
Correct.
Serves him right for being so sus.
The mages are gonna kill us.
And just ignore Ziri and go to sleep. It's up to you whether you consider that more or less dangerous.
Fair enough.
I am weighing my options.
I'm down.
Very well.
Sorry.
It's okay.
He can certainly try.
Now you're sounding like a DM. Go ahead, and who did the coolest thing this session?
Siri did the cool thing, considering the last hour of this session was entirely due to her. Let's reverse engineer the ruby.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Very well.
Yeah, give me those points back.
Yeah. She also burned 3 hero points on it, so she might as well get a refund on one of them.
Yeah, you did make me burn a villain point.
Yeah, no,
Good trade.
that alone.
Good trade.
I won.
One of
Say, if
Ziri's
you can manage to get
points
someone to
for
burn a villain point, that is a full
fantastic.
win. I'll take that trade 100 times out of 100.
Any last thoughts, any last actions?
Twitching sleepily.
Gideon and Wes continue to be woefully unaware of 80% of the narrative.
You know, the 2 people who don't really need to sleep that much? The 2 people currently asleep back in the fucking Rowdy Rockfish. They could be up all night and just do this no problem.
Yep.
We ain't got spell slots.
Nope.
But that's what Ziri does.
That's what she
Ziri's
does.
gotta do everything by herself.
There is a reason I
Go by myself, I took
specifically-
Cezanne.
There is one person I am concerned about dying in this party because she will just kill herself.
Alright. Good session, everybody. Say bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.